Sa puntong ito, makakasama natin dito sa studio si Contradial Convener Professor Danilo Araw mula sa University of the Philippines, Diliman. Good afternoon, Professor Danny.
Yes, good afternoon, Edwin, Pinky. Salamat sa imbitasyong
Thank
ito.
you also for being here, sir.
So we just heard that, no?
Yes.
The part 3 of Saldi.
Yeah.
What's your reaction to that?
Ba't hanggang ngayon di pa siya umaamin na may nakuha siya kahit piso man lang dun sa flood control scandal na ito? Kasi mahirap paniwalaan yung sinasabi niya na dumaan lang sa kanya yung pera at yung 56 billion ay pinaghatian ba or pinagpartihan ng dalawang individual lamang. Dapat nating tandaan na kung anumang ebidensya meron siya, sana inilabas niya. Bakit kailangan pang installment? At saka, syempre, the million-dollar question here is, nasaan ba siya ngayon?
Correct.
Nasa Pilipinas na ba siya o nasa ibang bansa pa?
At saka bakit siya, the reason why maraming taong nagdududa sa kanyang testimonya, unlike yung mga ibang mga sila Alcantara, sila Bryce, sila Bernardo, they dared appear before the Senate.
Sumumpa pa sila.
Sumumpa sila. Ito, lahat, parang unless you're sworn, nag-swear ka,
Under
parang walang
oath.
probative value
Yes.
sa atin yan. So, ang hinihintay natin, di ba? Anong tingin nyo? Dapat ba umuwi siya?
Yeah, kailangan
And
talagang
to what,
umuwi.
and what tribunal? Senate Blue Hero or ICI?
I think lahat ng mga ongoing na investigation, kung yung House of Representatives bubuhayin uli yung investigation, why not? Pero Edwin and Pinky, siguro kahit na hindi sinumpaan yung salaysay na ito, dapat yung ICI, kung talagang independent siya, titingnan din nila. Kasi pwede namang we can easily dismiss his cause allegations as just merely hearsay, pero pwede rin namang i-double check Totoo ba itong mga resibong sinasabi? Yung mga maleta, totoo bang naglalaman ng pera? O baka kinunan lang sa isang mall na nagsisale ngayon ng mga maleta?
Na lumalabas ngayon sa social media yung sinasabi ni Professor. I wanted to ask si Attorney Edwin here, kasi nga marami nagsasabi, pag may testimonya, hearsay lang yan, di ba?
Yes.
Itong kay Zaldico, is that hearsay?
No, it's personal knowledge.
Exactly.
May personal
Hindi
knowledge
hearsay
siya. Hindi siya
yan.
hearsay.
Because I think there was a point that Malacanang said it was hearsay, if I'm not mistaken, ha?
Yes, yes.
So doon ako nagulat kasi whether true or not, whether he was honest or he's lying, that testimony is a direct testimony. So it's not hearsay.
It's
Kasi
personal knowledge.
may direkta siyang kinalaman doon sa proseso. Pero gaya nga ng sinabi ni Edwin, na attorney, Edwin pala. No, I'm just kidding. Pero gaya nga sinabi ni Edwin, yung talagang punto naman dito, kahit na hindi sinumpaan, investigahan pa rin. Batay doon sa mga ebidensyang inilahad niya.
I do a follow-up on that yung sinasabi ni Professor kasi dalawang bagay yung tinitingnan eh. Yung iba
Yes.
kasi nagsasabi na wala namang value yan kasi hindi mo naman sinumpaan yan. Hindi ka nga umuwi dito. Yung iba, humarap pa sa Senado, na cross-examine. Ikaw, wala. Ikaw ang nag-direct, ikaw ang nagsulat, ikaw, kung sino man ang nag-video. And then there's that other side that you just mentioned, Professor,
Yes.
that should it not be investigated, yung kanyang sinasabi, even if it was not done under oath? I mean, subsequently, you can possibly think that it will be done under oath because it can't be done under oath now. Because if he
Yes.
does it, malalaman kung nasaan
Kasi
siya.
yung unang sinabi ni Senator Lacson, okay sa kanya, go to an embassy or consulate and doon ka mag-test. But si Sherwin Gatchalian, ayaw niya eh. So apparently there was a change of
But he cannot do that
Because
because
he'll be
we will know
exposed.
where he is. Yeah.
Kung saang bansa siya, di
Correct.
ba?
And he's on Philippine territory, by the way, if he testifies before the embassy or the
Yes.
consulate. So,
Sabihin natin, wala, sa Japan, gaya ng
Japan, oo.
chismis mo.
maraming chismis, unverified lahat yan, pero kumakalat yan. Pero ang tanong ko
yes.
lang, ang laking problema nung testimonya niya, ang very adamant niyang statement na hindi ako kumita.
Oo, yun yung medyo mahirap paniwalaan Gasino ba namang umamin siya na yung produkto ng kanyang biglang yaman ay mula sa mga questionableng pamamaraan. Kasi tandaan natin, siya ay party list representative. He is supposed to represent the marginalized and underrepresented. Na-flag na ng kontradaya yung Ako Bicol Ilang beses na mula nang sumali sila na talagang malaking negosyo yung SunWest Corporation. At kung taga Bicol ka, lalo na sa Albay, yung SunWest makikita mo kahit nasaan.
Really?
Nasa leisure, nasa entertainment, hotel, iba't ibang services.
By the way, may nakita ako doon sa nilabas niya na mga
Listahan.
insertions. Hindi lang sa flood control. May nakita ako doon,
Yes.
DICT. May insertion pa rin siya sa DICT. So,
Totoo.
practically, it's everywhere So, talagang hindi siya hindi siya...
At saka alam mo, Edwin, the other angle that he needs to do is to come clean, hindi lang sa usapin ng flood control scandal, kundi kahit dun sa anomalya sa DepEd. Kasi minsan
sa kanyang, laptop.
Exactly. Let's not forget yung laptop controversy na overpricing mula sa SunWest na dapat construction yung kanyang business pero nag-supply ng laptop. So kahit yun man lang itanong or erase niya voluntarily na totoo, may mali po rito, inaamin ko po, pero ngayon, I'm coming clean and to tell you, may kasalanan ako, pero may kasalanan din yung iba. Sana ganun yung tema.
So let me ask you, Professor, with that kind of three-part testimony of former Congressman Zaldico, marami ho din kasi nagtataka o nagsasabing bakit hindi man lang siyang nagsabing nakatanggap siya ng parte. For example, sir, Bryce Hernandez, Henry Alcantara, etc., lahat naman sila umamin na meron sila natanggap. I mean, for obvious reasons, meron silang magagarbong kotse, magaganda yung kanilang mga relos, etc. But here's a Zaldico, why do you think hindi po siya umamin na meron po siyang natanggap, if it's true?
Yeah, yung mabilis na sagot niyan, ayaw niyang makulong, ayaw niyang mapanagot. At saka, malamang kesa sa hindi, he's hoping na merong magpoprotekta pa rin sa kanya if he comes clean. May mga ilalaglag siyang mga personahe, pero yung mga personaheng hindi niya ilalaglag, poprotekta sa kanya.
But that's my question.
Yes.
Kahit naman po sa iba kung ikaw ang hindi pinaka-guilty, pwedeng charges can be dropped against you because you can turn state witness.
Yeah.
Hindi nga least guilty You are not the most guilty. So,
Tama.
if we were to follow his narrative na ang nagtumanggap dito umano ay si dating Speaker Martin Romualdez at si Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, di ang lalabas po niyan, hindi siya ang most guilty.
Yeah.
So pwede pa rin siyang umamin na nakatanggap siya.
Yeah.
Still, my question, bakit hindi siya umaamin na nakatanggap siya kung talagang nakatanggap?
Kasi
naman
pwede
siya?
ring baligtarin yung narrative dahil dati siyang chair ng Appropriations Committee and Romualdez and Marcos can always say, siya yung chair ng Appropriations Committee, so therefore, siya yung mas may say dun sa
But
naging
which is
appropriations.
what they're doing
Pwedeng
naman, si
ganon.
Saldi was doing is, he's throwing back naman to
Oo.
Martin. Si Martin nag-utos, si Presidente nag-utos.
Kasi
sa
ang
akin.
utos ng hari ay di raw mababali. Sinabi niya yon.
Pero Professor Danny, we're not talking about the court of law right now.
Correct.
Because there's nothing there.
Ano
We're
tayo
talking
muna?
about the court of public opinion.
Okay.
How, as a journalism expert, how do you see him faring in the court of public opinion?
Medyo mahirap paniwalaan na hindi siya yung most guilty among the other personalities kasi kung titingnan natin, ayaw nating maging personal pero yung mga Nepo baby kasama yung ilang mga kaanak ni Zaldico mismo. So isa yon sa usapin sa Court of Public Opinion. Ikalawa, yung the fact na yung mga kontrobersyang kinaharap niya hindi na bago ngayon eh. Tapos the fact na siya ay party list representative, supposedly representing the marginalized and underrepresented, technically dapat mahirap ka. Sana, para maging party list representative. Pero sa totoo lang sa Bicol, siya na yata ang pinakamayaman eh. O isa sa pinakamayamang pamilya roon.
Sorry, idagdag ko lang because nung kausap ko po si Attorney Rui Rondain, ang sabi po niya, bago pa umupo si Zaldico bilang congressman in 2019, ang salin daw niya was already 4 billion.
Yes.
In fact, it's higher than Manny Pacquiao and Senator Cynthia Villar. So, ang punto doon, ang kanyang sinasabi, matagal na siyang mayaman.
Totoo yun. Parang it seems like, but greed knows no bounds eh.
Hindi naman porke bilyonaryo ka,
Correct.
kampante ka na sa kayamanan mo.
Pero ang point ko lang, if you
Yes.
feel that Saldico is not a credible person testifying to all this, to that extent, that benefits President Marcos.
To some extent, that's one way of looking at it. Pero dapat tingnan din natin ito sa konteksto na kahit hindi yung sinumpaan, dapat investigahan pa rin.
Correct.
Dapat
ICI.
tingnan pa rin. Kasi yung ICI, as you correctly mentioned, hindi naman yan korte. Kumbaga, pwede namang gumamit ng extra legal mechanisms para tingnan ito yung mga punto ni Zaldico, tumutugma ba ito dun sa ongoing investigation.
Okay, let's go to the Senate because his appeal
Yes.
was to the Senate. Senator
Okay.
Ping Lacson, pakitingnan naman itong listahan na ipinapakita ko dahil ito yung naglalaman ng sinasabi niyang 100 billion insertion ni Pangulong Bongbong. Should Senator Ping Lacson look into this?
Yes, definitely he should. At dapat na patunayan niya yung sinasabi ni Zaldico na medyo quote-unquote credible yung Senado. Kaya yung pressure is on the Senate right now, particularly on Lacson dahil siya yung chair ng Blue Ribbon.
Edward, because you were obviously, 6 years also in the palace, kapag kasi yung listahan na yon, for context, linawin lang natin, supposed to be my 100 billion insertion. Nawala sa NEP, na lumabas doon sa final, sa GAA, hindi ba? Ang tanong ko doon, Edwin, pag ganun ba, necessarily ba na pwedeng House ang nagpasok, hindi ba? Pwede ding Senate ang nagpasok. So it could be the House, it could be the Senate, it could be the President. How does that work?
Yung BICAM na yan, di ba? The small
Yes,
small BICAM,
small committee.
small committee. The problem with those committees, they don't have any record.
Yeah.
So hindi natin
No.
alam. So the people who will be familiar with that are the people who were present. So in this case, ang kwento lang, si Cheese at saka si ano lang,
Zaldi.
si Saldi
Zaldi,
lang. So
exactly.
sila lang, dalawa. And right now, yan ang challenge. That's why there's been a call for transparency. Pati small committee, wala na yan, tanggalin na natin lahat yan. And by the way, hindi nangyari sa amin yan. Ha? I'll tell you why.
Sige.
In our case, I'll tell you the experience of President Aquino. Once the cabinet approves the budget, he calls for, Secretary Butchabat will call for a meeting with the House and Senate leaders. And he will set a meeting and he will tell them, this is my budget. These are my priorities. Don't ever touch them. If you touch them, I will veto them.
I see.
Your insertions on your local projects.
So they knew.
They knew.
Alam na nila.
Yung mga ginagalaw lang nila, yung mga local projects, which is not a
Okay.
problem. Yun ang problema. Dito, that's why it never happened with us.
Sabihin natin for the sake of argument,
Yeah.
totoong may 100 billion. For the sake of argument
insertion,
lang po,
yeah.
na insertion,
Okay.
or you can call it an amendment, you can even call it an institutional amendment. Is that necessarily wrong?
Ang insertion or amendment, sa totoo lang, wala namang problema dapat doon kasi kinokorek mo yung ilang nakikita mong infirmity sa budget eh. Nagiging negatibo lang yan kapag yung proyekto pinapasok mo roon pero ang habol mo makakuha ng kickback by a certain percentage. 40% yung naririnig ko na ganun kataas eh. So kumbaga it all depends on that. Kasi halimbawa lang magkakaroon ka ng amendment dun sa budget for education para magdagdag ng mga classroom at wala namang mangungupit sana dun sa pagpapagawa ng mga classroom na yon. I mean, that would benefit students and teachers a lot.
I had a debate with Secretary Butchabad and Frank Drilon. Sabi ko, tama sabi ni Danny eh. In the past, you say amendment, you say insertions, walang problema yan eh. But sabi ko sa kanila, Senator Ping Lacson made a negative connotation insertions. Ang sinabi niya,
yes,
dalawa lang ang
tama.
senador na hindi nag-insert. That's why you need to be very, very clear right now. What are amendments and what are insertions? And what is the role of the BICAM, which is just to reconcile disagreeing provisions. You cannot insert
Exactly.
anymore.
So dapat wala talaga.
Dapat wala.
Dapat wala.
May insertions na amendments, essentially
Institutional
amendments.
amendments.
yan.
Institutional.
Tanggap yun.
Na galing sa House and Senate na napag-usapan doon kasi may original budget provision doon na tinanggal sa House or the Senate. When sa BICAM, you want to return it, okay lang yun because it was already discussed in the House and the Senate.
At saka 2 quick points lang. Dapat malinaw on record sino yung nag-push for amendment
Yun
para
ang wala.
bistado mo. Halimbawa, senador siya pero he or she belongs to a certain district tapos gusto niya doon, red flag na kagad yon. Pangalawa, yung concept ng small committee. Dapat yun eh, everything should be on record, hindi yung parang 2 o 3 tao lang nag-uusap.
But that's exactly what Congressman Toby Tiangco kept asking for, right?
Yes.
Ano yung nangyari? Ano yung records ng small committee? That hanggang ngayon,
Apparently wala.
Ay,
Kaya
nananatiling
walang masagot.
misteryo.
Wala yun.
Kasi walang minutes, I don't even know kung may
Wala,
congressional staff na nandoon to, take notes or whatever.
so kalimutan na ba natin yun? Ganon?
Hindi dapat palampasin.
Ibig sabihin,
Yes,
hindi na
sorry.
natin siya madidiskubre, we'll never find out? Is there a way?
Actually, ang naiisip ko, kung merong congressional staff na willing na kumanta dun sa isyong yon, kumanta na ngayon
At
pa.
ikwento na ano nangyari dun sa BICAM.
Kasi alam mo naman yung mga ilang senador at mga kongresista, mahina yan sa note-taking eh. At I'm hoping na merong somebody
That could be a point.
na legislative staff. Yun yung una. Pangalawa, somebody should come clean na kongresista na hindi masyadong tainted, na may alam doon sa nangyari sa small committee. Pwedeng magsisimula yon bilang hearsay lang, pero pag inimbestigahan at i-fact check, the hearsay would become a fact. Just like in journalism, nagsisimula sa chismis yung ilang detalye,
Tapos,
pero nagiging
pina-fact
totoo
check
pala.
mo.
Ifa-fact check
Hanggang
mo.
may 2 sources ka na.
Yes, 2 or 3 sources,
Okay.
preferably.
Oh. All right. So we are going to thank you for your time,
Yes.
Professor Danilo Aro, for joining us. this afternoon. And of course, patuloy po ang ating pag-monitor dito sa kaganapan sa People Power Monument, sa EDSA Shrine, at syempre gayon din po sa Quirino Grandstand. Professor, thanks so much. We hope to see you
Maraming
again.
salamat.